Hi, everybody. So, I'm Rachel Crow Spreading Wings. My Indian name is Natuwiki Maki. That means Holy Feather Woman in Blackfoot. That was given to me by my dad. And his name's Morris Crow. He's from the Blood Tribe. And my mom is named Lynn Crow. They both raised me very traditionally. And I pray every day with my children about our future, about the earth, and about continuing our culture. So I just got out of my 7th court hearing with the province of Alberta and the Crown of Canada. I was charged in last June 2013 with trafficking eagle feathers. Officially, it is one count of trafficking eagle feathers in contrary to the provision of Section 62(1) of the Wildlife Act in Alberta. And count 2 did possess wildlife, bald eagle, under Section 55(1) of the Wildlife Act. So basically, I was charged with possession and trafficking, possession of an exotic animal and trafficking eagle feathers. So I've typed out many times my story, and I've decided to just say what it is. You guys out there can either think badly or stand with me. It doesn't really matter, because either way, the bottom line is that the province has no jurisdiction over our cultural ways and religion, our traditional ways of life. So 2 gentlemen last year came to me and they said they had some eagle feathers. I had just been praying about finding eagle feathers for my children a few days before, and I thought, well, here's my opportunity from the Creator. They said that they had found this eagle hunting. It had frozen or had been electrocuted or something. They weren't sure, but it had died, and they had called their elder in Saskatchewan, their Cree elder from Saskatchewan, and asked him what they should do. So they were told to make offerings, to pray, to get it, and bring it home. And they did. When these gentlemen came to my house, I could have handled things differently, I suppose. But they came to me and they asked me for help about what to do with these feathers, if I needed them, if I could use them. Because my dad was a Sundance leader and he gave that responsibility to my brother, I asked him, I have an opportunity to have some feathers. What should we do? And he said, if you need feathers, get them, because I'm going to need feathers too for Sundance. So these men came and they offered me tobacco and these eagle feathers, which turned out to be an entire wing. I didn't give them blankets and tobacco and beads and food, because the man had told me that he just had a baby and he was from Saddle Lake, which is about, 5 or 6 hours north of here, and he needed a bus ticket to get home. Maybe I should have went and got him a bus ticket, but the way I was raised was to believe in the good of people. So I gave him tobacco and I gave him money. And I gave him money because in this day and age, you can't go to a store with a really nice Pendleton blanket and get Pampers and wipes and food to feed your family. You have to have money. And when you go to an elder and you ask them for prayers, or you're getting transferred rights to do something in particular, you gift. You give whatever you can, and that's going to include money. So for those of you who think, well, I should be in trouble because I bought them, I didn't buy them. I gifted. And I did gift with money and tobacco. My dad always had eagle feathers. My mom always had eagle feathers. I know how to take care of them. And I had already started building my children bustles. About a month later, I was contacted by the Brockett RCMP, and they said that these gentlemen had actually poached this eagle. I don't know if that's true or not, but they named me, and I got charged with those two offenses, and I'm facing a $10,000 charge, or fine, excuse me, $10,000 fine. I have submitted to the Crown of Canada a notice of constitutional question because of my religion, which is traditional religion to our people. I don't think that I did anything wrong by gifting these gentlemen for these feathers and wanting to build things for my children and to be able to provide feathers for Sundance. So in my notice of constitutional question, it includes these two things that you all need to know about what provincial law and federal law is based on. It is based on English law. And English law says race and class are not significant in English law. A natural inhabitant is a citizen with full property and civil rights. Every subject is entitled to protection from the same laws that each are expected to obey. The manner in which Canada and Alberta have interpreted and applied their authority in the treatment of the accused offends English law principles and separation of power, judicial independence, and the rule of law. The Crown of Canada the Crown of Alberta nor the Crown of Canada cannot satisfy the prerequisite for use of the Crown's prerogative power under English law. They cannot demonstrate that their actions are justified in law. The power to regulate Indians and lands reserved for Indians is a responsibility to protect. It cannot be interpreted as the collateral power to frustrate or destroy the very legal rights intended protection. The Royal Proclamation of December 6, 1869 must be interpreted according to the dictum of Campbell versus Hall, 1774. The proclamation's provision must be regarded as the articles of peace by which its sovereignty is ceded are sacred and inviolable according to their true intent and meaning. So basically what they're saying, what it says is that because I am from this land, I already have rights that need to be protected and honored by the Crown. And it is the honor of the Crown to protect those rights and not persecute. So I'm going to trial. I'm going to trial based on these arguments. And the judge told me today that my arguments have no merit, which means that my constitutional right under Section 2 of the Canadian Constitution, the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, I guess isn't being acknowledged, that I have a right to my freedom of religion, which is guaranteed as a Canadian citizen, not to mention Section 35 of the Canadian Constitution that deals specifically with First Nations rights. So I ask all of you for your prayers. Even if you don't agree with how I got the feathers, I would never use them in a disrespectful way. I got them strictly for myself, my children, and my brother, and anybody who needed feathers for spiritual use. So I hope you don't judge me. If you judge me, that's up to you. It's all you. But I'm still going to fight for my right under my religious freedom that I was practicing and being respectful and doing what I thought was best and helping somebody else provide for their family. So until next time, peace, you guys.